Hello, it's Andrew here at Life on Pig Row, and today we're in the greenhouse and I'm going to show you my setup for everything to do with seeds, propagating, potting on and pricking out. Space becomes a real problem as the season rolls on, and this is a neat little tip I've got. These are just a couple of DIY A-frames, and all it is lats. I use lats and it's a temporary piece of staging. It's really solid. I've been using it for years, and when I'm finished with it I can take it down. Now this is completely different to this form of staging on the other side of the greenhouse. Now this is an off the peg piece of kit. It's a propagating table. Well, propagating table, seed table, whatever you want to call it, a staging table if you want to. You can get them in metal, you can get them in wood. I get the one in wood. I've had this now for nearly 20 years, and at the end of the season it folds down. But more importantly, I don't do that. I take it outside and it becomes part of my outside display, and I put plants onto it. I protect this every 2 years by putting oil on it, and that keeps it going. Now here's my propagating bench, or my potting up tray, whatever you wish to call it. It's off the peg again. I have two of these. One I bought, one that I found that was fly tipped. So this was one that's been fly tipped. I've been using this for years. It works really well, and the great thing at the end of the season, I can store it out of the way. It's not like a propagating table, and the whole greenhouse they're going to be taken over by crops. Now, a few tips. You do need greenhouse shading. I'm sorry, there's no getting away from it. I use some old net curtains, which you can just see up here. They work well throughout the season. I very rarely take them down. I leave them up in winter. I know you're not supposed to because people go out past and bugs. Never had a problem. Never had a problem, but everyone's different, okay? You can get the scaffolding netting, which is really, really good. You can use that. That works really well. Do not just leave your greenhouse open to the elements. You want air coming through, but you don't want it to turn into an oven. Now, to heating, you do need something at this time of year. We use this. This is a paraffin heater. Can you see it? Now, there are other options that you can use. If you've got access to electricity, you can have electric heaters in your greenhouse. Some people swear by using candles in terracotta pots. Warning, any naked flame must be monitored. I monitor the paraffin heater. I don't just leave it running all the time. I only put it on the coldest of days. When it gets really, really cold, I use fleece. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. But what else do you need in your greenhouse? Well, look at this. This is called a dibber. It's just a piece of plastic for me. Someone bought me this years ago, and I've been using it ever since. But you can use anything, chopsticks, a plant label, anything. I also have this. It's called a tamper, and you tamp down your seed trays with that. I've had that for years. I've inherited ones off my dad. Then I've got things like this. Plant labels. You never have enough, okay? Keep care of them. They're plastic, okay? Clean them off. Keep reusing them. When they break, recycle them if you can, if you're in those kind of authorities and you can recycle that kind of plastic. But do not keep buying plastic year in, year out. Some of these plant labels in here are over 10 years old. You know, they're going and going and going. Now, then we need one of these. You will have to invest in one of these or make your own out of something. This is a compost scoop, and you can see how old it is. It's gone on the edges. It's slowly rusting away. So, you know, I keep this oiled, but it still goes after a while. This I've had 15 years, and it's still going strong. And, you know, invest in something like that. And then, obviously, dustpan and brush. Always need them. Keep your greenhouse tidy, especially the paths. The reason for that is anything that you drop on the floor becomes a slip hazard. It becomes dangerous. So if you don't keep it clear, you fall, it's glass, put 2 and 2 together, AE, that's where you are. So keep things safe. Be sensible, okay? Now, let's have a look at fleece. I'm actually filming this when the Oscars are on today, I believe. Look at my Oscar outfit. It's you know, it's lovely, isn't it? It's the latest in horticulture. So this is fleece. It's a membrane. Can you see it? You can get it in different weights. It's incredibly warm. I've just put it on and I'm starting to sweat. It's great. It keeps your plants warm. This is what you need in the greenhouse. More than this. This is good, but if you just have that and none of this, you're going to come in to dead plants. So I'm going to put some plants in here now and we'll see how we go on from there. Oh, an addition. Paraffin. If you're storing paraffin, do not store it in the greenhouse. Do not store it in a shed. I store mine outside. In the event that anything goes wrong with it, it can be easily put out. If it's in a shed, poof, shed gone. In a greenhouse, boom, greenhouse gone. So always store it away from everything, and I store mine well away. In fact, I store mine next to a water butt, so in the event of anything happening, the water butt will explode onto the paraffin. How's that for a neat, clever idea? I'm starting to move plants up, so there's onions on there, there's perennials that I'm moving on. My sweet peas are down the far end. They've got a bit leggy, but it doesn't matter, they'll recover. For the eagle-eyed amongst you, you'll say, oh my god, you've put your heater on wood. No, I haven't, I've just stored it there. When I come to light it, it will go on a solid path. Okay, that's what I do. I always put them on a solid path, never on wood. You're heating the greenhouse, the space and the air around the plants, not cooking them. Well, I hope that helps. It starts out slow, soon this will be full. I always get really nervous when I see greenhouses completely full at this time of year, unless you have really good heating, because things, well, they can go cold really quickly. And I'd rather work in a small space. In fact, there's plans, hopefully next year, to put up a curtain halfway along the greenhouse, so I only use half the greenhouse at the start of the year, and I can heat it a lot more efficiently. So until next time, it's goodbye from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.